Because editing stuff on YouTube is the worst.
Don't do it.
Okay. This is episode 84.
For
Time
Wednesday,
October 21st. I
Nice.
have my calendar open.
2013.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Look, even I can get the year right by this
Are you
point in
sure?
the year. Okay, no, I'm not totally sure, but generally. All right, I gotta do an intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cat Context Podcast, episode 84 for Wednesday, October 21st, 2015. There was some doubt before we started this that I could get the year right, but I did. I did get the year right. Today, we are going to talk about some scary games. So, Era's been playing Until Dawn, and I've played some Until Dawn, so we're going to talk about that and maybe, like, what scares us in games and what we've been playing lately. And then it'll probably descend into us telling each other that we're wrong about our taste in things. So that's a little preview of the next hour. With me today are my two co-hosts, Arolaide and Ellyndrial. Hello, Arolaide. How has your weekend been?
My weekend is awesome. I had family over and we played Until Dawn for a really long time, and it was a delight, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Did you play it until dawn?
No, because we're old and I have children.
And you're not doing Extra Life.
But I will pay so much money to get you to play this for Extra Life, you have no idea.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It's hard to stream. It's PS4, right? Or is it on PC too?
It's
it's
PS4.
I can probably stream it to Twitch from that.
Nice.
It's got a little share button.
Yeah, PS4, you hit the share button. Come on.
I haven't actually done it.
You just hit the share button.
I mean, I have hit the share button. But I haven't
Do it. Hit the button. Hit the button. Ellie, how has your weekend been?
Not bad. I went to the neighborhood Oktoberfest and chili cook-off. And then today I upgraded one of my PCs to Windows 10 and then promptly didn't have any wireless network connectivity and fought that for like an hour and a half. So that was pretty sweet.
That sounds about right.
Also,
for upgrades.
Orbfest started.
No one cares about Orbfest.
That's not true. Our one YouTube viewer probably cares about Orbfest.
Yeah, I'm sure, because
Probably already gotten everything out of it, so he doesn't care about Orbfest anymore.
All I know is Talon was like looking at the clock over and over and reloading Final Fantasy Record Keeper, waiting for Orbfest to start for like at least 45 minutes.
So it's an important deal. Wait, is this? I'm sorry, I'm going to ask, but Orbfest, it must be a special event of some nature.
It's just a time-limited event where you get lots of orbs and experience, and the orbs are what you use to make the skills and get more uses of the skills, and they're very limiting factor in your ability to use the high-level stuff. So
it's skills to pay the bills?
Skizzles.
Oh, yes, that was well done, Arrow.
Thank you.
That was good. I enjoyed that. You're talking about Final Fantasy Record Keeper. So winter comes and it starts getting dark around 6, and I just want to play video games all the time as opposed to summer when I'm like, video games are stupid. So I've been looking for a good RPG to like sink my teeth into, and I'm like, should I finally buy Witcher 3, blah, blah, blah. But instead, I went back to Final Fantasy 7.
Oh my god, are you going to finish?
I'm working on it. The interesting thing is, last time I played, and I've put about 25 hours into it before.
Doesn't tell me anything.
I don't know. I've never played it before.
What's happening?
I just picked up Kate Sith as my companion.
Fun fact, Greg Ellis.
That is a fun fact. Thank you. Yeah, so that's cool. So I just did that. But the last time I started playing it, I was living on my own, and now, of course, I've got Vajra here, and he is like this compendium of Final Fantasy VII knowledge. Like, he just like looks over my shoulder, and he's like, no, you've done your material all wrong. So I feel like I'm really on the path to actually being able to complete this game successfully now.
I mean, he's not going to not let you finish this game at this point.
I know. He was pretty eager to help me get my controller working again with driver issues yesterday, because I think he's vicariously living through me and my playthrough. But yeah, if you are looking for an RPG to sink your teeth into, you can't go wrong with old JRPGs.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, they're
really
terrible
fucking
ones.
terrible.
Yeah.
True, but they're robust anyway.
I mean, robust is they have lots of grinding available if that's what you want.
That is what pretty much, yeah. That's kind of what I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
it's perfect then.
I don't know. It's a good sort of winter time. Do you guys find that? Like, I don't know, it gets cold and dark, and I have way more interest in playing video games.
No, it doesn't change for me at all.
That's good. Okay, someone just IM'd me. Materia management is very important. So
by someone you mean Core?
I do. Hi, YouTube viewer. No, you guys don't find that you don't have seasonal game playing?
I definitely
No.
do.
No.
I mean, I used to. I don't know. This is my first time back into the winter, so we'll see.
This is your first. Yeah, that's true with baby. Yeah. All right. Cool.
But we'll see. Maybe he'll go to bed earlier. Probably not. He has been waking up earlier.
Oh, that's nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
What? Are you an entirely different? What? I don't live in a world where getting up earlier is better.
No, I think
there was some sarcasm.
Okay, thank God.
No.
I was very concerned for a minute
I wonder
there.
which one of us isn't paying that close of attention to the podcast right now.
Well, no, I was. Shut up.
Arrow, tell us
Yes, ma'am.
Until Dawn.
Okay, so Until Dawn is. It feels like a bunch of people were sitting around playing L.A. Noire and going, you know what? This is super creepy. I know what we should do. Let's do it on purpose. Because L.A. Noire had that very serious full body mocap thing because you were supposed to judge people's honesty based on their, body language and facial movements and all that, and that shit danced in the Uncanny Valley. It was just woo. So this is also super mocapped. I mean, all of the characters look like they're actors, exactly. But, Rami Malek does this thing when he talks where he doesn't move his upper lip, and that is really disconcerting
Rami
in the
Malek's
game.
in it?
Yes.
I don't know if I can watch that.
It's fine. Trust me.
Even after Mr. Robot?
I don't know. What's Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot is the show that was on this year.
Oh, see,
the hacker dude and really fucking weird and creepy and doesn't really move his upper lip when he talks.
My eldest is 5, so my reference point for Rami Malek is Night at the Museum. So I was fine. It's really spectacular, and also there are these interstitial bits with Peter Stormare absolutely pitching a tent in the Uncanny Valley because he's a very facial actor, and there's lots of zoom in close-ups, and they ask the player a series of questions about things that freak them out, and then they put that shit in the game, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed the bit. I really like the Peter Stormare bit, and he's very clearly enunciating, and it's hilarious. And when they start asking you questions like that, or okay, well, which characters do you like the best, and which characters do you like the least? And you're like, oh no, wait, no, what have I done? Oh, I've just damned somebody to death, haven't I? I enjoyed that quite a bit. I played it and I watched a couple playthroughs as well to try and get a sense of the different story branches. And you can genuinely kill everyone or save everyone. It's quite variable.
The one person I really wanted to kill, it is deliberately super, super, super hard to kill just that character.
Is it Mike?
No.
You want to kill Mike? Oh, I want to kill Mike.
I'm trying not to be all spoilery here. Yes.
Are there any creepy little girls in white dresses?
Yeah, well, that depends. If you tell the game that you're scared of ghosts, then occasionally there will be jump scares with ghosts.
I love ghosts, and ghosts don't scare me at all.
Right. No, actually, Mike was only bad in the prologue. He, actually grew as a character. But
it's hard to totally spoil it because...
Well, it also depends on, the conversation branches you choose. I am trying to research what conversation choices to make to make this character that I hate less insufferable, since it's really hard to kill them. Just them. You can kill everyone, but killing just that one? Oh my god.
We're going to have to talk later. I'm going to have to figure out which character this is.
How is it hard for you to figure out what character this is? It should be obvious.
Look.
Oh my god! The most horrible person in the cabin who lives all the time forever.
Is it a long game?
No. No, we finished it in probably about, I don't know, 8 hours or so. Just like 3-hour matches. It was really easy to stop, lots of obvious breaks. You can play it at just an hour at a time.
That's good. And
but
replay
it's
value since it changes.
Huge replay value.
Yeah, and definitely you're probably going to end. No one is for sure going to die. No one is for sure going to live. It all depends on what you do in the game, which makes it an interesting replay value. The thing I really like about this game is, as opposed to other sort of slasher or horror games, is the player is the director. You're not a character. You're the director. You're making your own horror movie.
Right. That was how I felt, and I think for that reason, because of the narrative structure, the jump scares were actually really well done. Usually jump scares annoy me because they feel kind of cheap, because they work every time. I mean, it's the nature of being a person. Someone jumps at you and yells boo, and you're scared. That's how it works. And I feel there are way easier, better ways to make that happen. And like the sound design and music in this game were spectacular. There were a lot of really, really upsetting musical cues.
It's true, although I really didn't like the opening theme to the game, which is all like... La, 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 la.
Well, it's a folk song.
Yeah, well, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's an old spiritual. That helps set the tone for the whole, we built our ski lodge on this ancient Indian burial ground crap that they have going on.
I also appreciated that the game is set in Alberta, in Canada. They had signs that were in English and in French. I enjoyed that.
You and one other person.
I have a joke to make here, but no one would get it, so I can't make it, and I'm sad.
I'm sorry we won't get it.
Dear listeners, shit, her name is Alberta. She lives in Vancouver. Okay, that's it. That's my joke.
I don't get that at all.
No, I knew you wouldn't.
Nobody gets that.
I'm sure. There may be someone.
Listeners, if you got Arolaide's joke, leave a comment.
It's a quote. That's why that's funny.
Okay.
But every time they talked about being in Alberta, that was all I could think of, and that was pretty funny.
It's nice. But yeah, you can really control, you can decide, are these characters that are a couple, are they a good couple? Are they a bad couple? Is this character, sensible? Are they not sensible at all? There's a lot of different ways you can kind of play it, and you can really direct it. I know people who went in there with the goal of killing everyone, people who went in with the goal of saving everyone.
Hard.
I might know you're talking.
So hard.
Well, I don't know. And it's definitely also really good at giving you the illusion that every choice you make is going to make a huge difference. Having watched a couple of different playthroughs, I'm not sure that's actually the case, but you really do feel like every choice you make is really significant, which is cool. I like that. If you're going to do advertise something as being a branching story, let me feel as though I'm actually affecting the story.
Right. And I liked that. If you were playing one character and you made a particular dialogue choice and upset other characters, those characters then get mad at you and can do things like not unlock the door when the monster is chasing you and you die.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yeah, it is actually Until Dawn.
Emily's terrible. She's so terrible. She's the worst ever. She's so awful.
Oh, it's Emily.
Oh my god.
That's not who I would have guessed. I would have gone through a number of other characters before that.
Oh my god, she tried to push Ashley down the stairs into the monster.
Oh, see, my Emily didn't do that.
She totally shoved past Ashley because they're running up the stairs in a line because there's a monster chasing them.
Yeah, okay.
She shoves past Ashley and knocks her back.
You're right. This is hard to do without spoilers, but Ashley gets, later she sort of deserves it.
Really?
I'm just saying.
Are you serious? No, not in my game.
See? Okay, this is the sign of a good
It's
narrative-driven.
amazing. Because I'm like, wow, Mike was totally awesome, and you're like, Ashley's a complete bitch. No,
Mike and Ashley.
I believe we can both agree that Sam is a precious angel who deserves nothing but good things forever.
I agree. Sam is
Also,
played by.
I really, really want her awesome plaid skirt.
I agree with that too. Sam is played by Hayden Panettiere. From Heroes and whatever she did after Heroes, which I'm sure is a thing.
Nashville, it's a big deal.
Oh, okay, yeah, people. Nashville Stars or Nashville, whatever.
She's the cheerleader.
She was the cheerleader in Heroes,
okay.
yes.
All right.
Yes. They kill her off right away in the new Heroes. You know that? They killed her.
How can you kill her?
Spoilers! God.
It's in the first 5 minutes of the new
But
series.
no. I mean, that seems physically impossible. That's kind of the whole point of her character.
Not anymore.
Oh,
Well,
man,
then again, they...
I can't believe you watched the first 5 minutes of the new Heroes.
I watched all of the first episode.
I asked a friend who was watching it whether... about the pilot, how many black people they killed, and they were like, yeah.
All of them. All of them. All of them. It's worse than The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has the Highlander rule. There can be only one black man on The Walking Dead. And whenever a second one is introduced, I'm like, oh, first dude, I'm sorry. Your time with the gang is just about up.
No, the hero's rule is there can be only none. None black people.
It's totally true. Yeah. So anyway, but Hayden Panettiere, who did a great job doing voice acting, Peter Stormare, as you mentioned, Rami Malek, who I have actually not seen in anything, but I found out after that he's the Mr. Robot guy, so I should watch Mr. Robot.
You should watch it, and not just because of this game. But if this game gets you to watch it, then good.
Yeah, it is one of those shows that's on my radar as things I should watch. But the voice acting was good. The visuals, like the facial expressions, when you pause the game, you kind of get like weird close-up facial expressions of the characters, and it's really uncanny valley, as Arrow said. It's very strange.
One of those things where they clearly had like some sweet facial technology, so they show it off like in ridiculous ways at ridiculous times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so the game is paused. It's just people like lifting their eyebrows and looking to the left, and you're like, ooh,
looking sad and disturbed.
Yeah. It's
I always felt
weird.
like that was one of the things that always came up in WoW. They'd always be like, hey, this is the fire expansion. We figured out fire, and then there'd be fucking ridiculous amounts of crazy rendered fire everywhere for no reason.
We did water, and now everything's a pool. Yeah, totally. I think Until Dawn is actually, because I hadn't heard about it at all until it actually came out. I think it's probably one of the great undervalued games of this year. Like, it's really good, and I don't think it got the buzz it deserved, and I'm just surprised that such a good game came out a little bit under the radar.
I looked it up. It came out in the middle of the summer, so I don't know.
That's a weird time for a horror game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we picked it up specifically for Halloween, and because my sister was visiting, and we do horror games. That's a thing that we've done as a family forever. So, why would you do that in the summer?
It's kind of strange.
That's the other thing about it, is I started watching it, and I thought this, and it worked for your family, this would make a great living room game. Like, it's an excellent living room, people watching cinematic experience game.
And it was so great because we would argue about, which choice to make at which point, and it's by the same studio that did Heavy Rain, so it's a lot of QuickTime events, and sometimes they matter, failure matters, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, that was true in Heavy Rain too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not it's like tank controls and QuickTime events, so it's not necessarily a very, gameplay. It's definitely a narrative-based game.
Right.
But that's fun, though.
Oh, yeah, it's great fun.
Going a little bit farther, Alien Isolation was kind of like that. There was, not a lot of game play, but just a lot of, walking and hiding. And it was it was really cool because of that. And it was super pretty, too. I mean, so I think that's I think that's a totally reasonable thing if it's kind of what you're going for.
Yeah, totally. I think, this actually brings up an interesting point I wanted to mention, which is that, like, you can only hide, you can't
I hate those
attack.
games.
I thought they were, like, it was really cool when Amnesia came out. It was a neat idea. You feel really helpless because all you can do is hide. And at this point, I'm kind of really over that mechanic.
Well, it seems
Way too stressful for me.
I suck at stealth games in general, so
Right.
yeah. I got
There
like
is-
trained a long time ago that like the best answer in video game is to charge forward and shoot as many bullets as possible. So when they try and
Yeah, totally a Vanguard player in
Yeah.
that aspect.
I mean I wasn't, but I was a soldier, so that I had like all the machine guns. But
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
There's a mechanic in Until Dawn where it's a don't move. It does have hiding quick time events where you have to hold the controller completely steady, and that was incredibly nerve-wracking after the first time when I was in control of the controller and I sneeze in the middle of that don't move quick time event, and the point of view character was immediately decapitated. That was awesome.
Poorly timed sneeze.
Those were really stressful. It was very well done.
Oh yeah, no, that was very well done. That was a cool little quick time concept of the don't move, stay very, very still. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, and I think the whole hiding thing, I would love to see more narrative driven games. But I think that with games in general, like the whole open world thing, I feel like the pendulum has swung so solidly into open world. I'm ready to go back to like little 8-hour tightly told stories.
And I never really wanted to leave, so that's
Yeah.
But I mean, even stuff like I hate to say it, Dragon Age.
I did not bring that up. Attention, everyone. That was not me.
That was me. That was all me. And the Ubisoft sort of
Ubisoft.
Oh, whatever. The
No.
Ubisoft.
I have to say it that way now. I got
No,
yelled
you
at.
don't. No, you don't. You never do. It's a made-up word.
It's our podcast. We can say anything we want. I was recording a podcast with Vajra earlier today, and he said Coven for Coven.
That's like when people say Mona.
Yeah. No, I say that, so that's fine.
No, you're
But
not
he
allowed to
said-
say Mona.
He said Coven, which is
I mean,
not-
Coven's just wrong.
yeah. That's just, it's not.
I like
Anyway.
how we got distracted by mocking Vajra. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Welcome to Married Life!
Yeah, that's what I can do. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Talking about Covens.
No, I wasn't.
Narrative
Coven
games.
of Leeches. Were you talking about a Coven of
yeah.
Leeches?
So Ubisoft, whatever, the soft company, and they've really gone to like open world and hugely open world, and BioWare's gone hugely open world, and I'm kind of like I'm ready to not do that because I look at my Steam library as I was doing yesterday. I'm like, I want to play something, and it's just all these like 100-hour sprawling open world epics, and it's really hard for me to start one of those.
Yep. I mean, like, I like them when I'm playing them sometimes. Usually takes like 20 hours, and then I'll if I get through the first 20 hours, then I'll play them for a long time. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you just sort of like you're like, man, I don't want to start another fucking 100-hour game. That's like 2 months of gameplay or more, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like if you only play
it's a
that
long-ass
game.
time, yeah.
It is, yeah. It's a long time to commit to, and I'm like, do I really want to get into that? And then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go right through the plot. But no, I end up going and picking all the herbs.
Yeah, you're
and
not
everything.
gonna go just through the plot.
Fucking elf fruit.
Even if you're not Arrow and don't have to 100% all of the Assassin's Creed games, you have to
Shut
do
up! You don't know me.
but you have to do a bunch of the side quests. Like you have to get into it because there's always some stupid like make your town sweet mechanic or build your garrison or whatever they call it in Dragon Age that I know exists. Like there's always something where you just need to get better, or there's like that one quest over there and you might as well just go do it because it's right there. Like why would you not do it? It's on the way.
Right, and you're like, I like the story, or you like the characters, so you're like, okay, I'll go do the side quests to spend time with them. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm kind of getting exhausted with that. I mean, given that I did start playing Final Fantasy VII again. However, it is a more narrative structure, linear path.
For a while.
Right, yeah. And I'm sure it kind of will divvy off into, and I'll have different things I can do. But at least a lot of it is much more linear, where I'm going from A to B. And for some reason, that doesn't seem quite as exhausting a potential gameplay as open world, Far Cry. Vajra was saying, you can play Far Cry 3. I have that in my Steam library. And I'm like, oh, it's just like I'm going to be killing the animals forever and ever.
I think one of the things that has sort of made it difficult, I guess, like, there's not quest markers in every game, but the games that have quest markers, like, I am so much more likely to do all of the shit. And then, like, which is weird because it used to be that if there weren't quest markers, I was way more likely to do all of this stuff because I really like talking to every person in every town. Like, Final Fantasy VII was like that. And you always find interesting characters and interesting side stories and stuff. But now I feel like if there's a quest marker, I can't ignore it. And if there's not a quest marker, maybe I can ignore it. So, but I still don't want to miss out. Like, I know there's some cool stuff, and then people are like, I spent 1,000 hours and I did this whole storyline over here, and you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I feel like I missed out and didn't get to play the game because I didn't do everything. So,
yeah, that kind of like fear of missing out thing that's like a symptom of modern living, I think applies to
I'm real bad at that.
Yeah. I totally understand. I hit 80, which is max level in Guild Wars a couple days ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready for the expansion. And then I started looking, I'm like, so what am I doing now in this game? What was there to do? And all these like crazy in-depth gear grinds that take forever and ever and ever, and I don't actually care, and I don't really want the gear anyway, but I'm like, why haven't I done that? I haven't even started that. Oh my god. Blah, it's so easy to get yourself all charged up about stuff that I actually, if I sit back and think about it, I'm like, no, I don't actually need that and will never use it. But it's there, and I could do it, and therefore I somehow feel other people are doing it, so I'm missing out by not doing it.
Oh yeah, I totally got to that point in Destiny like this week. I finally got to the like pre-raid sort of basically max-ish. I mean, I can grind for like a couple points here and there, but it's I don't want to do that. And then if I go to the raid, then everything's like 20 levels higher, so it'll be awesome. But then I have to raid, and the raid, like, I did part of the raid this week also, which was really interesting because it was very much like a WoW raid, but with 6 people and guns. Like, there was buff passing and like stand and disparate and like DPS phases and all this weird shit, right? And one of my friends is like, this sucks. This is not like the game at all. And now I have to feel like I have to think, and it's way more like a job. And I was like, yeah, it's raiding.
Welcome to raiding.
Except I kind of felt the same way. So then, like, now I'm stuck, and I'm like, well, I could go do. It's the same sort of thing. Like, I have a few of these like long involved quests where I have to like go like sword some people to death in PvP, which I like don't really find super enjoyable. And like just do a bunch of like bullshit stuff, and then I get a good sword. Or I could go play Batman, which is probably what I'm gonna do. People can call me when they need me for something.
So raids in Destiny are kind of the same mechanics as raids in WoW?
Yeah, so there's 6 people, right? And they're hard, relatively hard. And this is the first time I've done one when it was current. I went back and like with a couple of people and like tried to scramble through some stuff and didn't know what the fuck was going on. But this one was like, yeah, the first, like, just to get into the raid, there's a coordination test where like 2 people have to grab these orbs and then put the 2 orbs in the statue at the same time, and then in a small amount of time run to this other thing that's full of guys and get the 2 orbs and then bring them back, and you have to like send people to escort them because they can't shoot while they're carrying the orbs, and then like you have to do that like 6 times, and it just moves backwards when you're slow. And I'm like, it was pretty fun, and like we would totally be better the second time, but it's like that is 100% something I could see in like a 5-man encounter.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like rescuing Marshall Windsor in BRD for the Onyxia key. That is exactly what that sounds like. You didn't play early enough.
Yeah.
I
I was also going to
did
say
play, but I didn't. Not at that level. Yeah.
I was also going to say the door boss to get into the bear mount instance, where everyone had to like hit the door at the same time when you called out the door boss because we could never do it.
Yeah, because nobody can ever do it. Yep. And then like the second one, like there's like a platform in the middle that you need somebody to stand on. And then there's like these two platforms on the side, and two teams of two have to go out to the side while the other two people sit in the middle. And then like they get a buff after 30 seconds, and you have to like run and swap and like do all this shit. And like, yeah, it's like that's like I don't know. There's a lot of passing buffs around in WoW instances in the last expansion or two that I played, so it felt very much like that. And it was kind of fun, but like I'm like not nearly as proficient in Destiny as I was at WoW during the height of my WoW career. So
I've got old lady fingers now. That shit is not happening.
Yeah.
No. Nimble controllers are not my thing.
It's okay because hard mode starts next week or something.
In Destiny?
Have hard mode raid, yeah. They've had hard
mode. Oh my god.
But it's not an MMO, you guys. Not an MMO.
It's totally not an MMO at all.
Wow, hard mode raids in Destiny. Wow. Okay.
And it's all like fake currencies now too. So like you do all the things and then you get legendary marks which you like turn in for other shit, and then like it's, oh my god.
So and you know,
a nightmare.
So like it's hard because the shooting is fun. Like when I run around and shoot things that are reasonably difficult for me, it's super fun. But I've kind of run out of all of the things that are reasonably difficult for me without going to the raid, and the raid takes 2 to 4 hours to 6 hours depending on who you're with and the group. And a lot of those groups are organized by Destiny LFG, which is basically open raid, or the Reddit thread.
Oh, pugging. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I read an interesting article that was about social media in particular, but just about how social media has become such an abusive environment that people just don't want to hang out in it anymore. And without getting too much into the specifics of the article, I thought that was sort of relevant to social gaming and MMOs too. Like, we're all at the point now where we're just, like, I don't want to be in a group with a bunch of random people. I just don't even know. I can't handle it. With the exception of Final Fantasy 14, because everyone's really nice in that game, suspiciously nice. I don't know what their deal is. But, like, the idea of, like, pugging something, like in Guild Wars, there's dungeons, and I could pug a dungeon, and I'm like,
yeah, it's totally true. I mean, I had 5 out of 6 people were like actual friends that I know in real life, and we all got on together, and we just couldn't do it because the mechanic really required 6, right? Like, just did at the gear level that we're at, which is appropriate. And like, so we had to go get this guy, and then he had to come, like, probably be like, sweet, I finally got a group, and then like come with a bunch of noobs who like literally just wanted to like jump around and shoot shit because there was nothing else to do for 5 people. And then clearly, like, the tenor of the entire group just changed immediately, because there's at least one other ex-WoW raider in the group, and he's like, all right, I'm in raid mode, and I was like, fuck, I'm in raid mode. Like, and then like a couple of my other friends who could have easily been raiders, like, were like, yeah, we're going. And then like one of my friends is like, this sucks. Why am I doing this shit? It's like this fucking jumping puzzle. I hate this game all the time. So there's always that guy. And then the other random guy who's like, look, you guys invited me. You're wasting my time. We're like, oh, all right.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it changes the whole tenor to bring in even just one, puggy.
And he was nice, but like I definitely felt like I was wasting his time.
Sure. Yeah, and totally the same thing with my engineer in Guild Wars. Yeah, I looked up. Guild Wars is really big on like the meta game, even more so than WoW. Like there's a whole site that's just meta builds and approved meta. Apparently my approved meta DPS rotation as an engineer is 28 different steps.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, actually.
Well, I recommend playing an engineering guild wars too then, because I'm trying to like hit things and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, step 16. No, wait, that's 14. No, okay, why do I like I just don't even. So looking at that it makes me terrified to go into a dungeon with a bunch of, people who I don't know and waste their time and they're like, what's this engineer doing?
Well,
They keep repeating step 15 over and over again.
How can they tell? There's no damage meter.
No, but they can see what spells I'm doing, and apparently, I don't know, some of them will mark me as a noob, and yeah, I can't even handle it. I can't, so I avoid it altogether. I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I really like playing with people that I know. I really like playing with friends and stuff. But like, I actually hit this point a long time ago in WoW, and it sort of why WoW became super frustrating to me. Is like I liked the group of people I was playing with, but I didn't want to fucking meet new people. Like, right? As like an officer of a raid guild, you're like, I gotta fill out this like 10-man or 25-man because otherwise all these people are going to be disappointed. I'm like, I don't really want to meet anybody new. Like, I met all the people that I ever want to play video games.
No more people. My friend queue is full.
I mean, kinda. Like, kinda, right? Like, somebody will drop off and then fine, we can bring in somebody else. But like, I don't want to like go like preemptively try and recruit these people and bring them into my circles, and then somebody has to sit out and all this shit. And it's like I want a game where like, hey, we got 4 people around tonight, let's play that. Oh, tonight there's 8? Oh, okay, cool. We'll play there's 8 people, like we can all do stuff together. And it's hard to do that. And it's harder, I've found, when we're not in the same room, because if you're in the same room, like some people can go off and have some drinks or like chill out or watch and give you shit or whatever. But if you're not in the same room, you really want everybody participating or it doesn't work. Like just sitting on chat with people who are playing a different game doesn't work very well for me. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I agree. And I found, like, we had our guild and back in the old days. And since then, I have joined other guilds with the full-on intention of, okay, I'm going to throw myself into it. I'm going to meet a bunch of new people. I'm going to become an integral, as part of the social scene of this guild. And I'm just like, I've already done that. I got my guild friends. It's just they don't play any games.
I know. And as soon as they started playing, you'd abandon ship and go play with them.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
in a heartbeat. And I have done that. Sorry, Original Eve Guild. Sorry. They were really nice, and they were giving me stuff, and I'm like, oh, my friends have started playing. Bye.
I'm gonna go play with these 2 people instead of your huge corporation.
Yeah, basically, yeah, totally. I know it's terrible, but it's so true. So then you get to that point in a game like, basically an MMO, which Destiny is, particularly an MMO. Yeah. So you get to that point, and you're like, okay, so what am I doing?
I mean, I had that problem in Rocket League, right? Like, Rocket League is super fun to play solo, and I think it would be even more fun to play with people, but I don't want to, like, go join the pub queues and, like, play with randos. Like, that doesn't sound very fun.
No, and they're just going to be jerks. They're just going to be jerks.
Even if they're not, even if they might not be, like, one of them, if one person is, it ruins my whole night. Like, I don't need it.
Exactly. That's the point I'm at too. I don't need it. Like, just the chances of running into someone who's going to be like, whatever, you're an idiot. My life is so much better off without that. I don't want that. So I don't put myself out. Again, with the exception of Final Fantasy XIV, where really everyone is so nice. It's weird. It is super weird. I have not had a bad pug, and I pugged a lot in that game. I've not had a bad pug in that game. Not even a single person. It's really eerie.
I guess even in WoW, I didn't really like. There was a lot of stories about bad pugs, and if I went and like actually paid attention to how often I had a bad one, it was really pretty small. But the problem is those negative experiences are disproportionately affecting. And you're probably laughing because I was
you're the luckiest motherfucker on the planet.
No. They weren't like good people. They just like weren't directly being assholes to me.
Did you do a lot of LFR? That's my question for you.
I did, but like when I was doing LFR, I was not paying attention to what was going on in LFR. And LFR was the worst.
So terrible. LFR on Tuesdays. I tell you what, the worst.
LFR on any day. Actually, I found LFR like the middle back of the week was also really bad because it was like that's when people would join
Motherfuckers were desperate.
yeah, and they were really bad because they couldn't have like oh god, fucking LFR. I'd forgot. I guess I blocked LFR out.
Yeah, no, I pugged my legendary cloak through LFR over and over and over again. And as a healer, oh man, yeah. I think that might have been.
At least as a healer, you could requeue quickly.
Oh, I could, yeah. Arrow, I love those noises you're making.
Like the worst part was like being just a random DPS and like waiting 45 to 90 minutes for the thing to happen, and then to get there in the middle of like some assholes like not doing the single thing, and then everybody shouting at them, and then all the healers leaving and all the tanks leaving and half the DPS leaving because somebody else wasn't doing enough DPS and they couldn't get a vote to kick that person, and then the whole thing falls apart and you're like, I just waited 90 fucking minutes to do
Yep.
the thing.
And then you end up sitting in the queue because fuck it. I was already here for 90 minutes. I am going to wait. I'm going to finish out this goddamn LFR.
But they've already missed the one boss that you want to go to.
Doesn't matter. It is the principle of the thing.
No, I know. I did the same thing.
Oh,
I refilled groups from like 3 people left. Absolutely.
the old days.
It was like last year.
Yeah, okay, not that old. You know, I loaded up WildStar this weekend. Like I said, I was really desperate for something to play.
Wow.
And because it's free to play now, and I'm like, okay, well, everyone says it's really cool, and they made a bunch of changes. I'll check out WildStar. And to its credit, it does, I mean, this is no slight. This is all about me and not the game. It's not the game, it's me. And I logged on, and I was on for I made a new character, and I played it for about 15 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, but where am I really going with this? Like, I'm not going to play this till, like, what am I'm going to level up a character. I'm not going to have anything to do. I'm not going to meet anybody. This is a waste of my time. And then I logged off.
I kind of want to pick up Defiance, especially now that the show got canceled.
That is so you. You're like, the show got canceled. I better start playing Defiance again.
Well, I might get more story in the game. No, what I really
No.
need is like I need some sort of PC game to play occasionally that doesn't require much from me, and I don't have to like learn a bunch of shit. And it's really hard to find a simple PC game
I'm
that
chuckling.
will always be there.
Like, I mean, there's like puzzle games if you're just looking for something you can walk away from.
The problem with puzzle games is that they always build on each other, so like or they build on themselves. So like if you like when you're going, it's like doing the crossword, right? Like you're way better at the crossword if you do the crossword from the same crossword paper or whatever every day because they reuse stuff over and over. And I find that to be true of good puzzle games. Bad puzzle games aren't like that. I don't know.
That's true.
It's like I picked up and finished the Tales from the Borderlands Telltale game this weekend, but it had been probably a month since I did the first half of the first episode. And like I remember there was this thing where you could like zoom in, but like I couldn't I couldn't remember at all how to do it. So like I'm like, do I just start over so that I like have this thing because it seems integral, or do I just keep playing? And like I couldn't find anywhere on the internet. Like nobody's like, this is how you activate the thing. It's like I was like, I don't know. So I go to stuff on my phone all the time.
Yeah, I can understand that. We did on Thursday. We played some Heroes of the Storm just with like friends.
Yeah, how's that?
It actually, as a sort of friend drop in, drop out thing, it's pretty good because you can play against bots and you can fill however many spots in your own team with bots that you need to. And you can set it up so the bots will just like follow you around and be your little bot buddy wherever you go. So it actually worked pretty well as like a casual friends and flexible sizes kind of game.
Did you play 5-on-1 versus Kinch since he knows what he's doing?
No, but he did tell us where to go and what to do, which meant that we won. So
That's
that was-
interesting.
yeah.
That's always the issue with that kind of game. Even though like it seems like a good plan. And you all have to fight over who gets to be whatever the free characters are for that week.
Yeah, I mean, we rotated. We played 3 games and rotated each time and played something different. But it was definitely pretty flexible as far as that goes. And, I mean, it's a MOBA, so I'm not going to play it. I was thinking, oh, yeah, I'll get some ranks or whatever. And then I'm like, no, wait, exactly. I'm never going to do that. Never, ever.
Yeah, like, this seemed fun. Let's try it. No, that's not.
I'll play this in my... No, wait, no, I'm not going to do that. God bless Hearthstone, where no one can talk to you. That's probably the only reason why I'm still playing Hearthstone is because, all they can do is spam greetings over and over again. Which is...
What do you do when you're mad at you?
Then they don't do that one.
Greetings.
They do the other one. No, where you like alternate between two. Like the thing is, I played Hearthstone for.
Is there an actual code for this?
There totally is. There's like five emotes or 4. It's not very many, and people totally like have. You can tell when the guy's pissed off because you like gave him bad beats or whatever. Like, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I have done a snarky application of like the oops.
Like oops.
Yeah. I mean, not repeatedly, but I have been known to drop a snarky oops emote on occasion. Yeah, exactly. Or a snarky. There's one. I can't remember. It's like oh gosh, I can't threaten or something like that. I will finish you. And yeah, you can apply that pretty snarkily too if you need to. It's amazing what humanity will do with just 5 emotes.
Yeah, people will figure out a way to be assholes. It's pretty good.
But I will say, it's easy to ignore them. You can mute them, and also, even if they're trying to be an asshole with, like, greetings, I don't care that much.
Right.
So that was smart. People did give them a hard time for not putting, like, a full chat client in that game, and I'm so glad they did not, because I probably would not be playing.
Yeah, and, like, you can chat with your friends, so it's fine.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Chat with your friends, don't chat with randos that, like...
I have nothing to say with, like, random dude who I just got matched with in a game. Like, I literally have nothing to say, and they can have nothing good to say to me. Boy, that was a stupid move. I mean, I'm already telling myself that, so that's fine. I don't need random guy telling me that.
Hard to say. I found a game for the phone that apparently is a big deal these days. It's called... Oh, God, I can't remember the name. Downwell? Have you heard of this game?
No.
So first of all, it's $3, which is like an infinite amount of money for a fun game.
Wow, that's in-app purchases?
No in-app purchases.
Okay.
It's the same people that I think they made the You Must Build a Boat and
10 million.
No, it's not 10 million.
But the You Must Build a Boat is the 10 million.
That is 10 million. That is right. Yes, it is those. It may be those people.
I'm confused now.
Anyway, you basically jump down this well and then you fall endlessly, and it's kind of like a roguelike top-down shooter jumper, like get different guns and shoot the guys, pick up all the gems thing, in like a weird 8-bit black and white world. It's like really, really fun, but I seriously want a controller. Like it's like there's tight movement back and forth, and I just I fat finger the left arrow when I should be hitting the right arrow like constantly. So I really want a controller. I wonder if it's going to come to Steam or something. But apparently a bunch of people have been talking about it. I've been playing it, and it was really fun. And like I sat there for like an hour and just played over and over again and died on like the second level constantly, like I did with Spelunky. So I would check it out. I don't know. It's a few bucks. It's worth it. I'm pretty happy to give people a few dollars.
I love You Must Build a Boat. Like, I love that game. I'm playing it through again right now in New Game Plus. And it's so much fun.
I did 2. Yeah, I did 1 more New Game Plus, and then I think I stopped after that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, so if those guys have a new game out, I will buy it. I'm into whatever they have to do. It's true. It was great.
I'm going to find out who it is, because...
All right.
Yeah.
Do that. You find that out. Era, you been playing anything else lately?
It was mostly Until Dawn. Still, the Star Wars expansion is on Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes.
That's right.
I've been making fake money hand over fist because part of their launch celebration was they put all of the embargoed cartel packs, the gambling boxes, back on the market. So I'm flipping those with my free money for having an authenticator into millions of credits, and it's spectacular.
Nice.
It's fine. You don't have to care. I'm really good at making fake money in Star Wars.
No, I mean, well, I'm not a Star Wars player. I understand the value of having a huge bankroll at the start of a new expansion, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Ellie,
I
you've been playing
was
anything?
wrong. I was wrong.
Retraction.
It is made by a dude in Tokyo. It looks like a single developer, and it's published by Devolver, who did Hotline Miami.
Okay.
Published Hotline Miami.
Yes. Published Hotline Miami. Cool.
But it's super fun, and I would recommend it. What else have I been playing?
Yes.
Basically,
You
Destiny
read my mind.
and Final Fantasy Record Keeper and Downwell and a little FIFA.
Nice. Yeah, I think I've covered everything I've been playing too, which was Guild Wars 2, Heroes of the Storm, and Final Fantasy 7.
I've been like watching over Talon's shoulder as she keeps playing Dragon Age.
I'm excited to talk about it with Talon.
But I am not watching it closely enough to be able to actually talk about it.
That's why I said I am excited to talk about it with Talon. I don't want to talk about it with you.
Your time to talk about that game is over. We're talking about it with Talon now.
That's totally reasonable.
Yes. Yeah. No, we will. When she's done, she can come on and talk about Dragon Age.
You still have to play Trespasser now that you're done being married.
I am done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with being married.
Well, that's shit. You know what I mean. God damn it.
What is Trespasser?
Trespasser is the epilogue DLC, and quite frankly, the best $15 I've ever spent in my life. There! See, that was a legitimate conversation. I didn't bring that out of nowhere.
Never.
Like, that was awesome.
Never has Arrow had like spoken hyperbole before, so we all know this is actually true.
Well, it turned my shriveled black heart into heart confetti. Like, my heart exploded in feelings everywhere. It was amazing.
I will get that. I do want to get that. It's on my list of definitely. You know, like when I was searching for an RPG to play, I'm like, well, I could just play Mass Effect 2 for like the 8th time.
Don't do it.
I know. So I resisted that, but that's like always the peril of when I'm looking for an RPG that I'll just play Mass Effect 2.
I'm kind of looking forward to the remake of Final Fantasy VII because I totally have enough time for that.
Oh yeah, you're made of time. What, you're gonna be like 3 or something by then? Nope, that's easy years.
I might be able to pass the controller back and forth for that one because it's not like I can't be wrong about my choices, like my conversational choices.
Oh yeah, it's totally linear. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly. So that works better in my house because we don't always make the same choices, and then nobody is happy.
Maybe don't play Until Dawn together then.
But that's part of the fun.
That is part of the fun. It is a great living room game. It is a great living room game. But your mic might be an asshole, whereas Talon's mic might be nice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. My mic, no. I hope he falls down a hole, and I think he did. So that worked out really well. Yeah.
Yes. Are you saving anything for Extra Life? Because Extra Life is in 3 weeks.
I know. I was looking at my Steam menu yesterday, and I'm like, I'm bored of all my games. I realized that's going to be a real bummer when I'm playing them for 24 hours in 3 weeks. Yeah. I think I'm going to pick up Undertale, I think, for Extra Life. That's only like 10 hours or something, but that's something.
People will not stop talking about that game.
Right? Undertale. Everyone loves Undertale, and so I need to get it. It's like it's like hipster indie RPG, about 10 hours long.
See, my problem is everyone talks about a new indie darling game, and I'm like, fuck that, no. No, not interested.
No, but if all the hipsters like it, I like it. So
But doesn't that make it like anti-hipster because everyone likes it then?
No,
You can't
no,
think about
because
that
no,
much.
no, no, no. Because you only like it because it's not actually cool to like it. It's just a thing that you like. Because,
Yeah.
it's
My
good or
impression is that
whatever.
Undertale is actually legitimately good. So I think that will be and it's like $15 on Steam. So that will be my purchase for Extra Life, I think. But otherwise,
Cool.
I don't know. I'm in
Yeah.
big trouble. I don't know what I'm going to be playing.
I'm also not sure because I haven't played a PC game in ages, so I don't even know if my PC still works for games.
You can play Dragon Age.
I'm not on PC.
Yeah, just pick it up for PC. 24 hours of Dragon Age. That's like a fifth of the game. No
It's not
problem.
even hard. You could totally do 24 hours of Dragon Age and not even notice.
Look, last year I literally played like 15 hours of Defense Grid. That was my
I
solution
know. It's
last
really,
year.
really difficult to watch your stream on the other monitor. Oh, Liore's just building the same exact unit that she built last time on the same map because
I
she failed
know.
again.
Sorry. It worked. It worked. Sometimes, Extra Life is harder than you think. And
Oh, it is.
you get in the zone, and I'm like, I'm here now. I'm in the zone. I'm not going to stop. So yes, maybe I'll play Final Fantasy VII.
I have the other problem where I get to that point in the night and I don't have somehow you powered through just playing Defense Grid. I need to be able to go through 6 or 8 different games for about 20 minutes each because I just don't have the attention span.
The attention span does get pretty bad. Pretty bad early in the morning, I know. We have one more show between now and Extra Life, so I think we should talk more about our Extra Life. What makes a good gaming marathon game, I think, is a good topic.
We
for
can
next
also
episode.
make our cases for it because I haven't even set my donation page up yet.
My donations are all done. Thank you, everybody.
They're not done.
Way to bribe.
Ongoing.
Okay, well, yes, donations are always welcome, but I did hit my goal this year, which is awesome. So.
It's fine. You can change it over to me, and then San Francisco will beat Seattle again, like we always do.
Okay,
We're
what?
better.
I can't believe you're trying to compete with me over money for sick children.
Wow. She totally just made you sound like the hugest douche just then. That was amazing.
That's fine.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Except we still win, so it's fine.
God damn, you're so bad.
That is it for this episode. That is an hour of us talking. Once again, I come into this being like, how are we going to fill an hour? And we do it.
It's impossible not to fill an hour.
That's true. It is impossible not to fill an hour. If you are listening to this, probably after this podcast will be the official episode 1 of Black Lodge Screening Room, my other podcast, which I'm going to now cross-pitch. Yeah. This week, myself and my co-host Max are talking about the new season of American Horror Story, House of Gaga edition. And we're going to talk about what we think about that and how it's going. And as well, we argue over what is the best monster in a movie and what is the best setting in a movie, regardless of the quality of the movie itself. A horror movie, obviously. Our best monsters and setting.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Shut up, Ellie.
No, it actually does sound. That's actually cool.
I have no idea what I would say for the setting, man. I'm excited.
Oddly enough, as it turned out, we both came up with the same answer for the setting without knowing it. So, I guess
I will say that I kind of hate this time of year, or I kind of hate watching TV at this time of year, because there are tons and tons and tons of unsolicited bullshit jump scares in trailers all the fucking time.
See, jump scares in trailers, that's just poor movie making.
I mean, that's fine. It is, whatever, but it doesn't stop them from doing it all the goddamn time, and I have to see these, ridiculous, crazy little, terrifying things over and over again. I'm just trying to watch some comedy or baseball. Leave me alone.
I feel I can, totally out-hipster a response to this, which is, that's what you get for watching commercial television.
Wow! You are just on fire today! I cannot believe how sassy you are.
It's the new married me. I'm totally sassy.
Oh yeah, this is new. I like that you think that this is new.
This is totally new. Anyway, Black Lodge Screening Room episode 1, the official episode 1, will be on the website either sometime this week, maybe by the time you listen to this podcast, or maybe shortly after. It depends on the editing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. What was I going to say?
Wow, how do words do?
I don't know. I'm gonna go eat yogurt and watch Burn Notice.
How totally meta.
Wow.
Amazing.
Nice. We're on Twitter at
At a place with some stuff.
at Arolaide and that Angry Dwarf, and also at Cat Context. And we're on the website at leorblog.com/catcontextpodcast.
We also have a Facebook page.
We do.
Whoa!
I get notifications for our Facebook page, so if you write to us on Facebook, then I will see it.
We do. There's like a general, totally legit publishing page, which also publishes Cat Context.
We have Facebook, but that's kind of... I'm not sure I want my parents and my
It's okay.
grandparents to know that. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Positive.
You know, they might enjoy this podcast.
You know,
my mother would, but no, I don't want my. I don't need my cousins and. Yeah.
We need all the
we
listeners
alluded-
we can get.
As we alluded to, I was at a wedding this past weekend, and it was my wedding. And so I had a lot of family there, and my dad was like, I was talking about doing this other podcast and blah, blah, blah. My dad was like, that's good, because I tried listening to your first podcast, and I don't understand what's going on.
I'm sorry, Liore's dad.
It's okay, neither do we.
I know! I'm like, no, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. It's okay.
Now I feel like kind of self-conscious about the sheer volume of swearing and dick jokes.
Well, even better was I was talking with my sister about, and my sister is very into like Star Trek and Star Wars, and she was like, I was thinking of starting that Star Wars Old Republic game, but I know it's free to play, and I know what you think about free to play games. I was like,
Wow.
dang, my reputation for
Someone. We've made a difference.
Hey, we've made a difference in the world.
By the way, the Old Republic is really good if you subscribe.
I did actually recommend that she give it a shot, because she does really love Star Wars. So there you go. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for listening and or watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode, probably about Extra Life stuff and other things that we have been playing. And until then, thanks for watching or listening. Bye. Bye.
Bye.